Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to bring back our Spark to factory default. I'm in a endless update loop, so every time I log in, I have update now, and I updated this like 20 times, and it's still continuing to go. And what happened is that, if you look at my list right up here, I don't have my snap folder. I wasn't paying attention. I deleted it. And I broke some dependencies, so I'm going to have to start over. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So that sounds good. Let's get started. Alright, so what we need to do is go to the DGX Spark user guide and go down here to system recovery. And I'll blow that up just a little bit so you guys can see the system recovery down here. And basically this gives you instructions. Download the recover media, and we just click this link here, and then we'll start downloading the drive that we need. And it will tell you if you're on Windows, Linux, or Mac how to create your USB key for this. Pretty straightforward, and it just writes it to your USB drive. And if I go down here where it says restore UEFI default and enable secure boots, and just kind of go through these instructions, I think a lot of these are, you could do them on the same pass, but the instructions have it do it different. Because if you notice after each step, it says, reboot and re-enter the UEFI. Down here, we're going to reboot and save changes and reset, and then we're going to boot from the recovery media, and then we're going to save and exit in the UEFI settings. So some of these we probably could do just in one pass, but I kind of followed the instructions and just kind of did it one after the other, like it said, just to be safe. And then it gives you kind of like what the screens will look like. But the whole process is pretty straightforward, and I'll just walk through it and kind of show you, what it is, and just in the future, make sure that you know what you're deleting, and make sure that you don't delete anything like I did that had dependencies. I knew better. I was just tired, and I wasn't working on my full caffeine brain because I was a little bit coffee shortish. All right, so let's get started with this other stuff. Okay, so we have the file downloaded. It's right here on my desktop. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but I'm just going to right click that, and I'm going to hit extract all, and I'm going to extract all the files. And it's extracting right now, so we'll just wait till that's done. Okay, so once that's done, we'll have the extract right here. So this USB image.customer, and I could just open that up, and this needs to be ran in administrative mode. So I can go down here and just type in my CMD command, right click that, and just kind of run this as an administrator, and it'll just give me this Windows, hit yes. And then I'll have my screen right here, and I can blow this up where you guys can see it better. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to copy this right here, and then I'm going to go back to my command prompt, and I'm going to hit CD, and then I'm going to change into that folder just like that. And once I'm in the folder, I just got to type in the create USB key command because I'm on Windows. Hit enter, and then it's going to take me through this process. And right here, I only have that one drive in there, which is the Toshiba memory. So I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to ask me if I'm sure. I'm just going to hit yes. And then it's just going to run through the entire setup process, and it's going to format the USB drive. And then it's going to, once it's finalized and stuff, see it's already writing to the USB drive. But once that is finalized, we'll be able to take this USB stick down there, plug it into the DGX Spark, and then we'll be able to re-image this thing. So it's going to be pretty straightforward, nothing too scary. Okay, so we're done. it says USB key created successfully. Press any key to continue. So we'll do that. And then it says it's healthy and we can remove me. So we're going to do that and go down and get this stuff installed. Okay, so I printed out my instructions. Got the keyboard, mouse, got my monitors, and I'm going to go down here and put in my USB stick that I got right here that I flashed into my Spark. Alright, so looking at this, I just have USB-C ports back here. So that's not going to quite work out for me. So I guess quick Best Buy run. Alright, so I got these from Best Buy. They're just little adapters here. And I'll be able to plug these in here if I can get to my USBs. Okay, so we got these plugged in. I'm going to plug in the power cord here. And then I'm going to follow the instructions and then kind of go from there. Okay, so I'm actually inside the BIOS now. I just held down the escape key. And here we are. Okay, and what it says to do is to go over here to save and exit. And we want to go down here to restore defaults. And it says load optimize defaults, and you say yes. And then we'll go ahead and reboot this and then go back into the UEFI screen for a second time. So we're going to hit save changes and exit. Okay, so we're back in here. We're going to go over to security. And then we're going to go down here to secure boot, hit enter. And then we want to go custom. So change the secure boot to custom. That way we can do restore factory keys, hit enter. And it says restore factory defaults. I'll hit yes. And it says reset without saving. So I don't want to reset without saving, so I'm going to hit no. And then I'm going to hit escape. And then I'm going to go back over here and hit save and exit. And then we're going to hit delete one more time to go in the UEFI screen. Okay, so now that we're back in the screen, we'll go over here to save exit. And then we're going to go down to boot override and pick our USB drive and hit enter. And we'll just go ahead and let that boot up. Okay, so it's going to bring in this screen, and basically it's going to say that hit enter. Let's go back here, sorry for the stuff. But it will say hit enter, and we'll continue. And we're going to start to defaults. Okay, then it's going to give us this warning up here. So it's going to give you the warning basically to let you know that it's going to delete everything. Down here on the bottom, it gives us two choices to exit, to go back, or we're going to start the recovery mode. So we're going to start the recovery mode and hit enter. And then it's going to go through this whole process. Okay, so we're back, and it says that I can just hit enter and restart my Spark. So I'm going to hit enter and then kind of restart this. And it's going to say that your DGX has been restored. Press enter to restart your Spark. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go back into the UEFI thing just to set it back to secure boot. It's not in the instructions, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so I'm back in my BIOS. I'm going back here to my boot. We go down to the, it's in security. And we'll go down here to secure boot. And we'll change this back from custom to standard. And press yes to proceed. So I do that. Reset without saving? No, because we want to save it. Okay. And then we'll hit escape, and then we'll go over here and we'll go back to save and exit. And I'm going to take my USB out right here, and then we'll just start it back up. And you see it's booting up. I'm going to sit there and power it off, and I'm just going to go upstairs and just do the regular headless install. Okay, so to wrap this up, I got everything back up and running again. So there's my DGX dashboard, and if I go to my settings, System updates, your device is up to date. I'm no longer stuck in that update loop. I did look at my terminal, and I did do my LS, and I don't have Snap in there installed either on this. So I don't really know why that I had it installed in the first place, and I don't really know why removing it broke something. I'm talking about, I do know that it broke dependencies, and that's why it didn't work. I'm just trying to remember why I had it on there to begin with. It doesn't really matter. I'll just rebuild it. Just remember, when you're removing stuff, just remember to check for dependencies so you don't break anything. Rather than that, I'll catch you guys next time.